Yeah, this is the balcony here. It's quite large. I mean, I'm amazed how big it is. It's a 3-bedroom place. They've got a barbecue, obviously, and areas like that. They've got their own entrance to the balcony. But yeah, that's decent size. It's quite nice. And there's the Gabba over there. So. Yeah, it's not much of an Australia day weather-wise. Might clear up a bit, but it's a very busy corner here. That's the building I'm staying in. And here's a little mall area which got quite a few restaurants. There's one called Detour I'm going to try to find. It's a veggie place. But, oh, we got prices on this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty standard fare. Now you're going to keep going up with our inflation problems, of course. You get a few planes coming straight overhead here too. Yeah, fairly trendy area with wine bars and things. So. This Detour place is over the side. It's a bit early. That work doesn't even open till 5 apparently. This place is doing decent business. Yeah, over there's the bus interchange for Gabba. It's actually downstairs, as you can see, so you have to go down there to get a bus. And the buses actually run on dedicated open tunnels made out of concrete. And there's quite a few of them that they come from the city. At least, I think most of my journey from South Brisbane was in one of those tunnels. Right up to here, so it's quite an extensive system and bypasses the normal streets, so they have their own dedicated lines in effect. So I haven't seen that before. It's quite impressive. I'm just heading up towards where the actual barber is. That's actually where you come up to the surface from the actual bus stop downstairs. So that's where I crossed yesterday. I don't know what's happened to my host. They left early today. The place is empty at the moment. And I wanted to just see if I can possibly get an extension of 3 days there. But otherwise, I'll have to look for something else and probably pay double the price, which is a bit of a drag. Assuming that the things haven't gone well in the Sunshine Coast with Sid and Karen, but look, they should be all right actually when I think about it. It'd be a big relief for me if it worked out, but I just want to keep my contingencies open. So Steve mentioned a hotel yesterday that might be worth checking out in the city itself, and so I might do that. I'm just going to get the name off, and I forget what it was called again. So I've left a message with Steve too to contact me so we can catch up for a drink, which yeah, be really good. It's actually quite humid here at the moment. Another plane going overhead, a lot of planes. As I say, heading right towards the city along here. Quite a build-up area. So anyway, I'm contemplating whether I should buy a coffee, but I might just get a fruit juice at the Coles Local. Coles Local charge a little more for mineral water. It's about $1 a bottle of their brand mineral water compared to 90 cents elsewhere. So there's a slight premium attached. So I'll go back in there and pick up some stuff. I need toothpaste as well. So I can get a small pack of toothpaste to be good. That's the one thing that's not supplied. So that's pretty standard with Airbnb. You wouldn't get toothpaste. You get it at hotels possibly, but not Airbnb. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'll probably head back. And so I've got to get myself some fruit juice or something. And maybe see if I can get some greens at the Coles local. That would be good, because I haven't eaten since leaving yesterday. And the last thing I had to eat was 4 tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. So not exactly a huge amount, but I'm not feeling hungry as such. It'd be nice. There's the bicycles prohibited, pedestrians prohibited. Yeah, don't you love that? Not very walker friendly. Now further down there's that barber I want to go to, but I'm presuming they're closed on Australia Day, so I'll check them out tomorrow. Yeah, I just met the other tenant in there. I thought they were long term. I don't know why that is. I had no reason to believe that, but they're actually only there for a couple of nights and just doing concreting work. Sound like a bit of a knockabout, but he also got the wrong impression about what the place was. He thought he had his own room as well, I think. So it wasn't just me. You can see there's a bit of ominous clouds over there, but I checked the radar and I think it's moving the other direction. So I'll chance going down this way because I want to check out the promenade. So worst comes to worst, I have to look for some sort of a shade. So that must be going down into the actual the belly of the bus lanes down there. And the overhead there is where the passengers go down. So it's quite an extensive system they've got here. Now, there wouldn't be any cricket played at the Gabba today if they had a match on. Old Vulture Street. Yeah, this is supposed to be the way to the promenade, so here we go. I haven't heard from Steve. He did tell me about one of the hotels, but they were the hotel was not cheap. George William Hotel, I think it's called, and they wanted a similar amount of money as they do in this place. So it's neither here nor there as far as I could see. As a matter of fact, I think the rooms here would probably be nicer than ones there. So I think for the equivalent money, you'd be better off getting a room around here rather than in the city. But actually, if he's got concrete, he gets plenty of work there. It looks like some huge concrete works. It's funny because it's just near the river, which is sort of all been gentrified. So that's a bit strange. Anyway, I put sunscreen on today. What a joke that is. I think they're the Houses of Parliament over there, and they always overhung the Gabba for years when you saw the broadcasts. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Looks very familiar to me because they're a multi-storey building, but there's plenty more competition when it comes to multi-storey buildings these days. Yeah, it's got to be them. That's a nice old building there. I think I've gone too far here. I keep walking down and getting nowhere near the river, so I better go back to this road here. And the McDonald's is strategically placed, and we'll do a right-hand turn and hopefully get closer because this is not working. Walking straight down here like this. So quite a pungent smell. Indian restaurant. Reasonably well-to-do area, I'd say. Anyway, we'll do a right-hand turn down there and hopefully that I'll hit some pay dirt with the Brisbane River. Oh, that was a pretty lousy public holiday. Very bad weather, a lot of rain. But I did catch up with Steve. It wasn't easy because I got a bus. It wasn't the one that he told me to get, but it stopped fairly close to where The Maya Centre is in the beach house, which is the bar that he was drinking at. The trouble is, the bus that I got, the bus at first turned up 61. The woman driving it, she said, "Yeah, sure, I can take you to the Maya Centre," but the stop wasn't exactly the Maya Centre. It was St George something or another. So it wasn't actually right under the Maya Centre, which is where I was expecting to go. So I end up walking down the mall, up and down the mall, asking people for directions where this place is, and I got conflicting stories. And eventually I pleaded with a woman and said, "Please, do you know where this place is? Because I've been going up and down all the time." And she seemed to know what she's talking about, and she directed me to it. I did find it, but it doesn't have very good signage. So it's just a fluke that well, not a fluke, but it was difficult to locate. So I went upstairs and finally caught up with Steve. And he had a friend of his who actually happens to live in the same building that he's in. He's bought himself a flat in this student building, and where Steve is renting. And he sounds like a nice guy. He's also from Melbourne originally, or from country Victoria, then Melbourne. A guy named John, and he was a nice guy to have a chat to. And we drunk copious amounts of happy hour beer. As a matter of fact, there was a guy with a family group. He bought some beer and he said he couldn't drink it all, and actually gave us half a glass each at the end of happy hour, which was nice of him. So yeah, it's got a nice relaxed atmosphere up here. Just that the weather was crap. Today it's just overcast. It's a lot better though. So I slept on all that suntan lotion for nothing yesterday. It was a total joke. But yeah, it was good getting out. But look, it can be a confusing place, especially with the bus system, because they have this extensive network of tunnels in the central area of Brisbane, and it can be difficult to know where you are. And I have to basically ask the bus driver, because I've got a clue. I can't. There's no visual cues. It's just tunnels. So, and for me to see the signs, it's not that easy. So it's a real challenge, and it was a challenge to find the bus, where the bus leaves underneath the Maya Centre. That was a nightmare. It was about 8 o'clock at night, and it looked as though they've closed off the area I need to go to. Because I asked the guy, "Where's the platform I need to be on to go back from the city?" And he directed me. I had to go overhead and then come down, and I went up the escalators to the place that connects it, and it's been closed. It had all these plastic barriers, so I couldn't get to where the bus is going. So I wandered further down a tunnel, and I found another bus station, and I finally located, with some help from the bus people, who have been really good. They need to be, because it is really difficult to navigate your way around this system. It's not the most user-friendly system on earth, I've got to say. It's extensive, but there needs to be better signage and information, in my opinion. But anyway, I finally made it to the bus I needed to go to, which is number 100 bus, to get myself back to Gabba. And luckily it was leaving straight away, so there was no waiting involved, so that was good. It was just trying to find the best place to leave. But yeah, it's difficult, and I don't think Steve understands how difficult it is, because he's actually living in the CBD, and he just walks to these bars, because although he does use the public transport to get to his leagues club, I know that, so that might be on the cards today. But anyway, it was good to catch up with him. I really need to get out. We're getting cabin fever. Now, this should be the next section down here, should get me to where this barber is. It's supposed to have opened at 8:30. It's supposed to give discounts for pensioners. Should get a $20 trim, hopefully. We'll see how we go. But anyway, yeah, it is Sleepy Hollow in Cairns. A lot simpler getting around. yeah, big cities can be very complicated. But I know, at least I know how much I'm up for on my go-kart. I've got that online, I got that all set up yesterday. And I'll be able to top up online as well, presumably using my credit card. So I might get that done as well. So I'll be fully set up with it like I was with my Mikey card in Melbourne. So that'll be good, because I've already done a few trips and I've got 20 bucks left on it, which isn't bad. But it'd be nice to be able to top up it, you know, without any hassles. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, it's getting very close to the barbers, hopefully. It'll be nice to get rid of some of these locks. It's getting a bit long. So yeah, that's what it looks like at the moment, and hopefully we'll get a bit of an improvement. So I'll give, this is the before and this is the before, and soon we'll have the after shot. Okay, there's the after shot. I just came out of the barber's. Barber's just down there. You can see the barber pole in the distance. And yeah, they were very thorough in the way they did it. So quite a bit taken off. They even gave me a shave down the back of the neck and trimmed the eyebrows, and took a hell of a lot of real estate off the skull. So that's okay. Just means I won't have to have another haircut for a while. So but nice. It was a lady who did the cut too. Paul DeLucy, I think, was on the other chair, so they had two people. But I walked straight in, didn't have to wait, and they gave me the $20 pension cut. So that was nice. Very laid back, very Queensland, and very good service. Very happy. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.